So hi everyone, we are Good Gorilla. We are a co-working space in downtown Toronto, and we curate specifically a space for creatives. Gracia, Hugh, and me are some of the founding members, I would say, and we're here to tell you how the community came to get together.
Cool. So literally, this used to be my home studio. In 2014, my best friend was literally the window wiper. And I was working alone as one, as indicated in the top right corner, which represents one gorilla. And I was one until I met these guys.
So Kasem and I had a space in 401 Richmond, and we invited Gracia to join us. And next thing you know, we were three. And for some reason, people kept showing up. And so we started having board game night. And those board game night turned into design discussions. So the design discussions were a safe place where designers were able to showcase their work, provide feedback, and talk about specific topics about the industry. And the more pizza and wine we provided, the more people started showing up. Next thing you know, we're 14 people. And then that's when we realized that we were building a community even before having the physical space. All three of us and our members, crowdfunded the project by, putting a down payment on the memberships. And, with that sense of ownership, our members, provided a lot of feedback on the space they wanted. And that's when 401 Richmond came into the conversation.
So 401 Richmond is one of the most important art hubs within this heart of Toronto. It has 140 galleries, artists, and shops that currently reside in it. So already it's a very established sense of network for creatives in Toronto. After a couple of months of conversation with them, we were able to actually land a really nice spot within the corner of 401 Richmond. A lot of people within our community, our family and friends, were able to come together and help us renovate the space. So we have interior designers, we have shops that helped us build the buildings, build the tables, and after a month of renovation, we launched our space in spring of 2016. We have beautiful windows, we're next to a coffee shop, we're next to bookstores, and in a sense, we finally launched a home for creatives to call, to actually kind of launch their careers.
So it took us a year to prepare and get all of that together and launch. And during that year, we actually learned a lot about freelancers. And we discovered that they needed to go through learning, application, and proliferation of their practice. And these three parts are like basically how we build all our services and how we try to serve them and create something that they're going to benefit from. So we started creating workshops for them to learn their practice, and design discussions, and live drawing lessons, you learn about taxes, so you need to do that. So we were starting to build a level of services for them. And then the next part was from learning, now they needed to apply that practice, and that's our main service. We provide them a space to work from. And in that space, they were able to network, collaborate, hire each other, and then ask questions and grow their practice in a way that wasn't possible before. And then lastly, once they've done the work, they needed a way to proliferate it. So we have an event space for them to rent out. They can have art shows in there, but they can also, we're launching that in a month. We're going to have a store, and then eventually we'll also have hopefully a publication arm to share their knowledge and pay for the printing of that information. So we're trying to do that cycle and then bring them back again to learning. But all of this is revolving around the one thing that's the most important in this community. We're working really hard to keep a high-quality community, and with that, we're able to leverage resources and money and behave like an agency or a big company while still being independent and being a freelancer.
So our members are, creative leaders in their respective industry, and our goal is to, have the diversity in the community so everyone can learn the most from each other. That also gives the opportunity to collaborate on personal and client project. And if you're stressed and anxious, so our favorite member, Scotch, will pass by and resolve every issues you just had. And that's something we want to also mention is that we have activities outside the space, and the work-life balance is extremely important.
So over the summer, we were actually within our community able to build 2 separate volleyball teams, and we played volleyball in the beach twice a week. We also joined Tough Mudder as a team together, and we're starting yoga sessions. So in a way, these things really bond our community together and really help us de-stress after working.
A lot of these events are eating, potluck, catering, and monthly, potluck meetings and beer o'clock, breakfast club. So it involves a lot of somewhat getting slightly heavier, but it's all about building stronger bond in the relationship.
So ultimately, our goal is really to become a hub for creatives and freelancers in the city, for them to have a place to, aggregate, learn, grow, also for them to become leaders in their industries. But ultimately, our main goal is also to create a safe space for them to go and get creative and experiment.
After these 2 years of working from the space, our community literally became our family. And we currently have about 45 permanent members and about 100 people walk in and out of our space becoming members. After working from home alone as one, we've now become 42. And I believe that our space isn't just about the location, but also about the community and the people itself. We believe that we're a bunch of good people, we're a good gorilla, and we're here to empower creatives. So thank you so much for listening to our story.